Good afternoon, card community. It is RJ. It is time for the Sunday trivia recap. Hooray! Loud cheers, applause, fireworks going off, people shooting firearms into the air, mass hysteria, dogs and cats living together. And still, we have time for some awesome trivia questions and prizes. So here we go. Let's get to it. All right, so we had some great trivia questions last week and some great prizes to give away. First one up on Monday. Monday, since we're doing this month of March, we're doing this day in baseball history. So, in this day in baseball history, March the 20th, it was 1973. This player, or I should say this, on this day in baseball history, March the 20th, 1973, the Baseball Writers Association of America held a special meeting to consider electing this particular player into the Hall of Fame in skipping the 5-year rule due to the circumstances of his untimely death. This person was elected by the majority of the Baseball Writers Association of America and did get enshrined in the summer of 73 with the other people who were elected in the normal fashion. That person was Roberto Clemente, of course. He was one of the few members of the Hall of Fame voted in by the baseball writers outside of their normal formula for election. The prize for the winner is this cool 2021 Topps, the All-Star Box Topper, the large size. This came in the boxes of Hobby Jumbo boxes that I got that year. So it is the Mike Trout All-Star Box Topper 3x5 size card. So the people on the screen there were kind enough to throw out a guess for the answer. Pretty much everybody knew that it was Mike Trout. I did get a couple odd answers. Some people said Warren Spahn. I'm not sure. I guess they just looked to see who was elected by into the Hall of Fame in '73 and missed the rest of the question. But anyway, so we will shuffle once, as we always do. Where's my shuffle once thing? How do I shuffle once? What is going on here? I click on this thing and say shuffle once. Shuffle. I guess they did it a different way now. It used to be right there. Shuffle once. We will shuffle once and spin. You have to hit 3 times on my channel, so good luck to everybody involved. You need 3 hits to win, so here we go. All right. I put up in the background there 2 of the fantastic cards I got from Andy over at Flying Dutchman Cards. Shout out to Andy right there. He was kind enough to throw out a guess for my Roberto Clemente. He's on this list here. Sports Cards Detour, Diego over there is also another person who got that hit. So congrats to, thanks for Sports Diego for chiming in and joining us this week on our guesses. But no, these are 2 of the cards in the background there that came out of those packs that I got. And again, if you remember, I was saying how it was like, when you open a pack of baseball cards, you're going to get a marginal Hall of Famer, Wade Boggs. I don't know marginal as they weren't worthy of being called Hall of Famers, but these are individuals who their value compared to Babe Ruth or other players is a little lower. Was that 3 for Shaw? It is 3 for Shaw. All right, congrats to the guys up north. Mr. Shaw, you will be getting this wonderful Mike Trout box top all-star card. Congrats to that. That'll be sent out shortly for you. We are moving on to Wednesday's question. Wednesday's question, this day in baseball history, 2022. It would have been March the 22nd of 2022. This baseball player announced his retirement. This particular player has a son currently in the majors who is a very highly touted prospect. In fact, if you were collecting cards at the time for the 2020 baseball set, this individual's card was one of the hottest cards out there, and that was the son of this player who I asked who retired on March the 22nd, 2022. The answer, Dante Bichette. So Dante Bichette retired on that day, and clearly Bo Bichette is his son, who is doing pretty well so right now in the majors. I don't think he's like, Mike Trout-esque yet, but he's still doing a good job and maintaining a spot on the roster. I'm not sure. I haven't followed this, but I'm not sure if who is it, Biggio's kid, Kayvon Biggio, if he stayed up there or if he gone. I know Vladdy Jr. is still on the team, and I know obviously Bo Bichette is. Don't know if Kayvon Biggio is still up there. All that juniors up in the Northeast, up in Toronto. The prize for that one is this cool 2013 Topps Archives card of Robin Yount of the Brewers. Dante Bichette was a Brewer at one time, so this is Robin Yount's Topps Archives card from 2013. Very nice little card there for the winner of this one. And again, Mr. Shaw, you are out of the running. You can only win once on my channel. We will shuffle once and spin. Good luck to everybody on this one. Again, you got to hit 3 times. So let's talk about those packs. Usually you hit a marginal Hall of Famer, somebody whose card is not worth a lot, or especially because of the junk wax era. Most of the cards you get are junk wax era cards, and goes without saying the cards I got were junk wax era cards. I didn't care, but you usually get a Hall of Famer or two. I got nothing. I mean, the cards were just. I love cards, so I don't mind getting cards. They were free, so how can you turn them away? But I just kind of was, every time I ripped a pack, I was going, my gosh, this is a terrible pack. Because they didn't get a single Hall of Famer in it even, which was just bizarre. But anyway, I am a fan. Those are 2 of the no-name players I got. One of them, since it was a Philly, we have Wilbur Kookmeyer hitting 3 in a row. Congrats to Wilbur Kookmeyer. You're going to get this fantastic Robin Yount card. I hope you enjoy that. Moving on to Friday's question. Friday's question, I showed off the action pack set. So the prize was this awesome Tom Seaver action pack promo card. It was one of 5. You can see here it says promotional right there, and it's TS5. There were 5 cards in this little subset of promo cards of Tom Seaver. I said, in this day in baseball history, so it would have been March the 24th. On this day in baseball history, March 24th, 1961, the city of New York, probably helped out by the state of New York, agreed to spend $55 million to build a new stadium for a baseball team. Which team did they agree to support? And it was the newly formed New York Mets. The Mets came out in '62, actually. Interesting story. I'm going to go into a little history here for you real quick. Fantastic little piece of trivia if you ever want to study it. In 1957, both the Brooklyn Dodgers and the New York Giants left for the West Coast. That left New York with a single baseball team. The size of New York almost demanded it have a second baseball team, but there wasn't one. Now, Branch Rickey, longtime general manager, executive for a number of teams, most notably the Cardinals back in the 30s, then the Dodgers in the 40s, and believe it or not, he was an executive with the Pirates. After that, in fact, Branch Rickey was the one who originally signed so many of the great Pirate stars that enabled them to have some success in the 60s and 70s. He signed Roberto Clemente, Branch Rickey did. So anyway, Branch Rickey, seeing an opportunity to expand baseball, baseball had been a sport of exactly 16 teams for a long time. For 50 years, over 50 years, there have been 16 major league teams, 8 in the National League, 8 in the American League. And the country was expanding, and Branch Rickey believed there was a market for another major league. So he got a lot of partners together, and they created the Continental League. Now, it was just an idea, an agreement amongst several owners to fund and create teams. They had begun scoping out stadiums. They had begun hiring uh, managers, coaches, executives at every level of Major League Baseball, getting affiliate to the minors, uh, actually ironing out teams' locations. So that by 1960, they were ready to go. They announced plans to open up a full 154 game schedule of baseball. But before they could get it off the ground, Major League Baseball came in and killed it, because what happened was the Major League Baseball owners didn't want the competition, so they expanded. In 1961, the Major League owners put a team back in Washington, D.C., because the Washington Senators had since moved up to Minnesota and become the Twins. So there was no team in Washington, and they also decided to throw another team out in the Los Angeles area by creating the Angels. So they created two new teams in 61 and had plans on creating two more teams in 62. And in 62, Houston got an affiliate, the Houston Colt 45s at the time, and New York got an affiliate. They were going to be the New York Metropolitans. And those four teams killed Branch Rickey's dream, because essentially those were four of the cities that Branch Rickey had tapped. He had people in New York ready to buy a team. He had people in Houston. And what happened was, as soon as the Major League Baseball saw this threat, they offered real Major League teams to these guys who were supporting Branch Rickey, and they tanked on Branch Rickey and jumped to the more established major leagues because it was a safer bet, obviously. So Branch Rickey and his dream went up in smoke, poof, because Major League Baseball expanded. And one of those expansion teams in 1962 was the New York Mets, and the city and state agreed to give them a stadium. So a little history about that, but that's this day in history. March the 24th, 1961, the city of New York agreed to build a stadium for the Mets. And again, that prize will be this Tom Seaver card from Action Pact. So we will shuffle once and spin. You must hit 3 times. Shaw, you are out. You can only win once. Wilbur Cookmeyer did not supply a guess, so we do not have to remove him from the list, but good luck to everybody else. Apologize for that ramble, but I think that's an interesting thing of history. Anyway, what I was saying is the two cards I chose to put up here, Fleer Ultra Rookie from 92, Cliff Brantley from the Phillies. Don't know if, I don't know how long Cliff Brantley lasted in baseball. It was a couple years, but clearly he is a forgotten name in the world of baseball. And then the batter I chose, another rookie from 92, Fleer Ultra, Ted Wood. I have no idea who Ted Wood is, although he played for the Giants in that time. So two no-named rookies, pretty much the amount of what I got in my packs that day. So no offense to Andy. I love you, Andy, and I was happy to get the things, but oh boy, were those bad packs. So look at this. We're still getting bunches of people not spreading out love too much here. Not spreading out the love too much. That's okay. It is the randomness of the wheel sometimes, people. The randomness of the wheel. I just saw that Jeremy Michaels is 3. I'll save that story for another day. All right, so Jeremy Michaels, congrats to you, Sue. That is your 3rd hit. You'll be getting this cool action-packed embossed style card of Tom Seaver. So that's all for this week's trivia question. Again, we do have some more great prizes and trivia questions coming up this week. Please check it out. A lot of cool things to show on every day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday is just a random thing I'm showing off. Wednesday is always a small set, 100 or less cards, and Friday is always the larger set, over 100 cards in the collection. So come back and see what we got, all right? I really greatly appreciate everybody taking some time to watch my channel, to support me I do my best to support everybody else to the best of my ability. Not so much time in the day anymore to do what I need to do, but hey, we all do our best. Thank everybody for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. And again, I greatly appreciate your support, and I'll try my best to support you as well. Thanks for watching, and take care.